Do you now understand the enigma of the Sphinx? Do you know the thought which exists in its human head, the love which pervades its woman's bosom? The labour denoted by the loins of the bull, the struggle which the lion's claws can wage, the belief and the poesy of its eagle's wings. Yes, you know that the Sphinx refers to man, but do you know that the Sphinx is one and alone, and remains unchanged, whilst as to man, is not each one a Sphinx of a different synthesis? In some there is the head of a lion, such as it is drawn on the talismans of fire. These are the descendants of the salamanders. Others have the head of a bull, or of an eagle or ibis. Each of these has its divine counterpart, and this it is which the wise men of Egypt depicted in the hieroglyphic figures, which the profane scholars of our time find so ridiculous and misleading. May they be forgiven from the recesses of the tomb of the divine Hermes. It is by reason of this diversity of divine inspiration and its influence over the human will that the wise have formed such diversified pantacles and talismans. All initiates have had faith in the efficacy of symbols and emblems. How else could the word be expressed without letters and characters? And why should not letters and characters express the power of the word they represent? Write the words "I love" upon a golden jewel and wear it upon the breast. Then every time you feel its touch, will not the idea of your love arise in the mind? And I tell you that this jewel, magnetized by your will and your faith, will deflect from you and will extinguish all the attacks directed against you. If you pass through the heat of fire, this will be as a breeze of fresh air to you. If you are in danger of drowning, this will bear you up amid the waters. Never then condemn the use of amulets, pantacles, talismans, and phylacteries. Unfortunate is the man who is not impressed by the appearance of any image, and who does not bow his head before any symbol. But each wise man should have his phylactery or talisman, as every master has his clavicule. Such are the talismans of Hermes. There are others of Solomon, of Rabbi Chael, and of Thetel. There are other signs used by Paracelsus, by Agrippa, and Albertus Magnus. The symbols of Abraham the Jew give rise to the emblematic designs of Nicholas Flamel, which again differ from those of Basil Valentine and Bernard of Treves. All embody the same ideas, but according to the special form of consecration, speak another idiom of the language of the hieroglyphics. If you become initiated, you will at length make and vary your own talismans and pantacles. You will choose the proper hours, select your perfumes, and compose your own invocations upon the models you may find among the various clavicules of Solomon. Ponder carefully over this axiom. The man who addresses to a power unknown to him words which he does not fully comprehend makes a tenebrous prayer to the spirits of darkness. In other words, he invokes the devil. All that happens in the world that is devoid of justice and right has the devil for its author. Remember also that he who consults the oracles abdicates some part of his liberty and makes an appeal to fateful forces. The true sage directs and corrects the oracle but never consults it. Saul was already conquered and lost when he consulted the witch of Endor. In the difficulties of life, consult in preference the Sphinx. Is it a decision that is needed? Ask it from the human head. Is it affection that you desire? Ask it of the woman's breast. Is it help and protection that you need? Ask the lion's claws to afford it. Are you poor and ignorant? Invoke the power of the bull and work yourself. Do the struggles of life weary you? Take the eagle's wings and raise yourself on high above the earth. The Sphinx only devours those who fail to comprehend her. She will obey anyone who has learned the answer to her riddle. All the forces of nature correspond to human forces, and are dependent on the will in its sphere of action. Constant use of willpower extends the sphere of its action. Man, and by man I do not intend either fools or profane persons, man is worth whatever he believes himself to be worth. He can do whatever he believes himself capable of doing. He does whatever he really desires to do. He may at length become all that he will to be. He who was not mad and yet could say, "I am the only Son of God," was the only Son of God. Examples in the past may be reacted at any time. The types are still existent and can be brought again into action. Would you become a Moses or an Elias? Would you relive the career of Paracelsus or of Raymond Lully? Then learn all that they knew. Put your faith in the doctrines they believed. Do the acts they did. While awaiting the result, be sober in body, calm in mind, work and pray.